What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we've got some new fragrances that have been announced recently that I'm actually pretty excited about. Three in particular, which you'll have seen in the thumbnail that I want to discuss here today that actually has me quite curious. And I do plan on absolutely buying two of the three blindly. And one, I don't know. We'll see if it's different enough from the Eau de Parfum version that I have. Based on what I read, I might have to sample this one. So we're talking about some new releases, two designers, and one niche. So let's get to it. Stay tuned. So we'll be taking a look over here at iFragrance. That is always the best spot for the immediate news as it drops. So first things first, I want to check out Drakkar Bleu. So this information got dropped yesterday at the recording of this, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that video tomorrow because Drakkar Intense is damn good and got really cheap really fast. Like I paid like $30 for it a month after it released, which was like 2 years ago at this point, maybe even longer than that. It might even be like three. Yeah, it's like over 3 years ago. Now, Drakkar Bleu, is it going to be more of a modern blue? I don't know. Love the color, of course. Love that it's bleu as well. Not blue, but bleu, like Bleu de Chanel. Is it going to be similar to Bleu de Chanel? I doubt it, but I love the look of the bottle. It's an Eau de Parfum. It'll be cheap. So I'm excited here. Let's look at some of these press releases. Feel the power of the ocean. So it's going to be an aquatic of some sort, powerful aquatic fresh. So it's going to be an actual blue. I'm excited. I have to say. Here we have the lineup: Drakkar Noir, Drakkar Intense, which is awesome, and Drakkar Bleu, aquatic aromatic. All right. And let's take a look at the box real quick before we keep moving. That looks good. That's a good look with that bottle. It really is. So let's see. Captures the power of the ocean, the untamed energy of crashing waves encapsulated in a deep blue bottle. An icy, intense, long-lasting aromatic fougere eau de parfum. Bergamot, fresh mint, and apple mingle with patchouli and green moss. The new Drakkar fragrance embodies the strength and determination of the modern man. Aromatic, aquatic, and woody fragrance. All right, let's see. We got bergamot, apple, and spearmint, sage, lavender, and patchouli. Now, I don't know what about that says aquatic. That tells me there's some hidden notes and accords here, because for them to list it as aquatic and market it as an oceanic aquatic type fragrance, I'm going to assume there's some hidden notes here, because this just looks like a aromatic fougere-ish kind of fragrance. Not quite fougere, but I mean, it looks, like a minty barbershop-like fragrance. Like it doesn't have any spice, but you have your aromatics in the heart. You've got some minty freshness, citrus and fruit, and a nice patchouli dry down. No woods or anything like that. So I really believe they're leaving out some notes here. I don't know. I don't want to say high hopes for it, but I expect it to be a really solid release from them. Do I think it'll be knock your socks off? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I do think, especially for what it will go for online in that $40 or less range, more than likely, just like Drakkar Intense, even at $50 or less, I think it's going to be worth picking up for a lot of fans of Drakkar Noir or Drakkar Intense, which I am not the biggest Drakkar Noir fan, but I'm a pretty damn big fan of Drakkar Intense, I got to say. One I haven't reached for in a little while, admittedly, but I do think it's a damn good cheapie, has been for a long time. So I'm excited to see what's going to be what with this one. But I feel like they're leaving a little bit to be, because look, even here, aromatic, woody, aquatic. Love the look of the bottle, though. And again, they're listing it as an aquatic with waves crashing and everything. So there's some notes that I think are being left out here. So definitely comment down below what your thoughts are and if you're excited at all for this fragrance. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so the next one I wanted to check out is Armani Code Elixir. Kind of overdue. The Elixir craze and trend has been going on for a few years now. You would think we would have gotten this already. We're finally getting it. Now, what I would like to see is the original's profile, just even spicier. But I don't want it to smell like Sauvage Elixir. I don't want it to smell like Boss Bottled Elixir. I don't want it to go that route. But give me that star anise, tonka bean based DNA, and let's spice things up. Let's warm things up still smell like code. Just at least what I would imagine the Elixir flanker of code to smell like. So let's see what we got here. Highly concentrated, most opulent member of the Armani Code collection. The new fragrance combines amber and leather with spices. There's my spices. And an enticingly cozy fragrance that unleashes your irresistible masculinity. Sure. The scent begins with a zesty Calabrian green mandarin that provides freshness and energy. Through the heart, the true mesmerizing power of this fragrance is unveiled. A note of liqueur, so a little bit of booziness, is combined with a smoky leather undertones, culminating in a seductive, cozy composition. The signature roasted tonka bean accord accentuates the scent trail, leaving behind a lasting impression, because that is their thing, is that particular tonka bean absolute that they use. Comes an intense black rectangular flat cone with rounded edges, and centering in silver, amber fragrance, and let's see here. We've got top notes of green mandarin, mid notes of a liqueur accord, and a leather accord, and then base note of tonka beans. Typical designer stuff, 3 to 4 notes these days. That is what they put in the write-up, so no surprises there. They don't list the spices that were mentioned in the write-up. I would hope star anise or anise of some kind of that spicy licorice type of feel would be there from the base DNA, but we'll see. If it's overall a boozy, leather-heavy, spicier code, like I like what I'm seeing here. I feel like it's got a lot of promise. It's got like banger potential for a designer Elixir release. Most Elixir flankers are usually pretty damn good. Super rare occurrence. It's not arguably the best of the line, and I think that's going to be the case here. I think this is going to have a strong case for being just a best foot forward type of fragrance for this line. I like what Giorgio Armani did with Aqua di Gio Elixir right here. Speaking of leather, so I anticipate it to be a similar leather accord. This is more of like a worn designer leather goods type of accord. They're calling it smoky leather, so maybe not exactly the same. But this is actually quite lovely. Any of you that haven't tried this, I think you should. Starts off very much that aquatic green of the original with a lot of leather and patchouli and dry down. Big fan. I like what they did there. And if they give me something similar where it still ties to the original DNA, but definitely brings a new twist, I'm here for it, because that's what Giorgio Armani did with the Aqua di Gio line for their Elixir. So I think this has, of the three, potential to be the best of the bunch that we're going to talk about here today. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below. And finally, I want to check out Oceania Parfum. I spent a summer knocking a little bit of a dent in my bottle of Oceania Eau de Parfum. It's a very breezy, airy, citrus aquatic fragrance that has some elegance to it. Gorgeous fragrance. So I would have high hopes for the Parfum. This is going to be expensive, though. This is going to be an expensive fragrance. These 50 ml Parfums from Roja Parfums are very expensive. But I have high hopes. Isola Bleu, amazing. Elysium Parfum, amazing. Better than the EDP versions. So we'll see. Look at that. These marketing shots are beautiful, I got to say. All right, let's read about it. The ocean surrounding Roja's olfactive islands, Oceania Parfum is an homage to the waters which unite the Isola collection. So they're officially putting it in the Isola collection. Feel the freshness of a crisp sea breeze against your skin as you travel across the imaginary, I don't even know how to say this. I don't want to butcher it. Archipelago? From Isola Blue to Isola Verde, which is the one I haven't tried, onto Isola Sol. I have a blue and Sol. Haven't tried Verde yet. Oceania Parfum is the journey between each destination, an invigorating experience with a beautiful view. Lose yourself in the beauty of Oceania as the sunlight shimmers across its waves. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Let's look at some notes. Tops lemon, bergamot, grapefruit, lime, mandarin, litsi, cubia, which is a tea, rosemary, thyme, lavender, and juniper berry. Hefty top note. Mid is geranium, jasmine de grasse, lang-lang, violet, jasmine, sambac. Loads of florals in the heart. The base has galbanum and moss notes and vetiver, so a lot of greenery here in the base. Greens and woods, cedarwood, sandalwood, benzoin, vanilla, orris, 2 different types of orris, labdanum, which could be ambery, could be leathery, and musk. So again, just like the original Oceania, nothing relating to something that would create aquatic notes, but manages to be aquatic. So I'm assuming the same goes here, will apply to this fragrance. I'm pretty eager to try this one. Now, this is one that I will have to purchase because as far as I know, they don't do PR anymore. Since they sold the company, they definitely don't do PR anymore, and that's fine. I still love the brand, and I look Isola Verde and Oceania Parfum. I have my eye on. Not so much Apex O Intense. That's a sample first kind of fragrance for me. I would like to try it before I just commit to buying a bottle, but this one I might just buy. This one I don't necessarily think after reading it that I'm going to need to bother with a sample. I'm pretty confident I'll enjoy it if it sticks to a similar profile. It's just a heavier version of the original. That's usually what happens when they do these concentration increases. That's what happened with Oligarch. That's what happened with Elysium. That's what happened with the Parfum Colognes versus the Parfums. That line, that's always the case. They're pretty consistent with the way they do things. So I think I can confidently just blind buy this one. This is one I would advise you to sample if you're not familiar with the original Oceania. But any of you that are big fans of the original, you're probably safe if you want to spend the money blindly on this one. It's rare you'll hear me point out an expensive fragrance and say, yeah, it's probably going to be a safe blind buy. I'm speaking on behalf of myself in this situation. Sorry for the light from the mini blinds coming through, but I think I'm gonna have to grab this one. I want to get Isola Verde first, kind of walk the path of the way the line is going. But yeah, I have high expectations. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of the original Oceania like I am? I think it's one of his best freshies. I think it's top 2 or 3 freshie from the house. Let me know down below. Are you excited to get this? Are you worried about the redundancy being too much and it's going to be a pass for you? Because that's a real possibility. So yeah, that's the 3 that I wanted to discuss. So not a super long video. I appreciate you guys spending a little bit of time with me. I wanted to take a look at these real quick. I haven't had a lot of time to do as many live streams as I have lately, but I still like to do these split screens with iFragrance when stuff that interests me comes out. And I want to have a little quick discussion with you guys on here's what I think it might be. Here's my expectation. And what do you think? That's basically what those live streams are. And that's what this video was. So thank you guys for checking out the video. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. Comment your thoughts about these 3 fragrances down below. We'll see you on the next one.